Kaiser Emergency, Felicia.
Hey, this is Conan with the academic team returning a page. Hey, what's up, you guys? It's time to get started with my last night of Kaiser Nights. It's already starting off with a bang this time. I just got signed out. It's about 8 p.m. now. And I already got an ICU admit. I gotta go see somebody who's got intubated for altered mental status, and their sugar is really high in the 600s, and their lactic acid is elevated, possibly in the setting of IV drug use. And then I have a lot of tasks to do on the floor patients. Following up a lot of people's sodiums, they're super low today for some reason. A lot of CBCs to follow up on because everybody's having like bleeding episodes. So a little bit of a busier start than normal this time, but we'll take a look at what's going on now. All right, let's take a look at this patient. Also with some concerns for seizures in the setting of this altered mental status. Basically, they were walking with their friend, acutely became altered and pinpoint pupils, then had some generalized tonic seizures, and then had to get intubated for airway protection. All right, so it's about 9:20 now. I finished seeing the patient. I placed all the admit orders and finished the note. And just staffed with the attending too. So actually ended up being a little bit less complicated than I thought, and a pretty quick admission because, a lot of these ICU patients, they're already intubated, like ED already pretty much did everything. They put like a central line in, they intubated, they like stabilized everything. So by the time I go there, I don't even take a history because the patient's already intubated. So that shaves off like 30 minutes of taking the history. And it really ended up being pretty simple. Altered mental status from opioid overdose and subsequent seizures, and then also having some mild decay right now, so just started some insulin for that, and then we're just going to leave the patient intubated overnight and wean the sedation, see if they start waking up in the morning. Not too bad of a patient to start off the day with. I ate like 4 bags of chips and I'm drinking another Pepsi. I'm really letting myself loose here in residency. Residency is kind of hard because I think you just end up eating a lot more. Like, some people have their stress response of like not eating at all, but I'm definitely somebody who has a stress response of like eating a ton. So hopefully this will all resolve after residency and I don't have access to all this free food all the time. Although I'm pretty sure in the attending lounge there's like a bunch of free food too. So I'm definitely going to like start controlling myself at some point. So yeah, anyways, I decided to do another one of these vlogs today because I actually had a lot of fun doing it yesterday. It was kind of fun. I know I had said that, I'm not really about this like lifestyle vlog style, but I don't know, it was kind of fun to like take you guys through what I've been doing and what my day is like. I feel like the only time I can actually do it too is on this rotation because I'm literally alone here. There's nobody around me. It'd be weird if I was recording and there's like other people in the background, but because it's just me here, I feel like this is the only opportunity that I have to make a video like this. So anyways, let me just catch up on some of my emails, maybe do some Anki cards, and then see what comes in next. Also gonna have to review some of the patients, make sure I follow up on all those to-dos that I was talking about earlier. Definitely felt pretty busy for the first like hour, 2 hours because there was just a lot of stuff going on all at once, but hopefully things will calm down now, and looking forward to the rest of the night. My last night on Kaiser. Hopefully it's a good one.
Kaiser Emergency, Felicia.
Hey, this is Conan with the academic team returning a page. All right, well, that page was about a patient with some low blood pressures, now in like the 90s over 50s, and they're here with like a GI bleed with multiple episodes of bloody vomiting or bloody emesis. So just ordered a little bit more fluids for them. I had to be a little gentle because they have cirrhosis, and that makes this kind of a bleed particularly dangerous. I'm probably going to go and lay eyes on the patient at some point, just to get a sense of how they're going to do overnight and see how they look. Definitely right now I'm going to have to kind of like review all the patients on the floor and ICU teams because there seems to be a lot of people who might have things happen overnight. Again, they gave me a lot of to-dos, which means there's a lot of active patients pretty much. So I'll have to, take a brief look at all their labs, just see who I need to worry about overnight, and then we'll take it from there. I just got another page. Let's see what this one is about. This is an ICU patient, so call it ICU.
Hello, good evening, doctor.
Hey, this is Conan, academic team.
Yes, I'm the one who called you. Calling for a patient in 30.
All right, so that one was a patient in the ICU whose urine output was dropping. They weren't on any maintenance IV fluids, so we just had to start some. They've been NPO, haven't been able to eat anything for a while. So just need to get them on some maintenance fluids pretty much. And then just got another message about a patient with high blood sugars, and they're asking if it's okay to give a certain dose of insulin and the rest of the patient's meds, and basically just said that was okay. So I just responded to another quick page. Patient's having a little bit of vomiting. They have some tube feeds, so we're kind of holding the tube feeds overnight just at a trickle rate of 10 cc's an hour instead of the full rate, and just we'll start to re-advance the tube feeds back in the morning. But anyways, I'm back on the couch again, obviously, and just wanted to talk really briefly. I was watching my last video, the one that I just posted like yesterday, which is a couple days ago for you guys. And honestly, I just wanted to kind of talk about how grateful I am to like the audience and the people who are watching my videos, like those of you who are watching my videos. I feel like recently you guys have been commenting more and enjoying the videos a lot, and my view count now is, you know, hovering around like the 200 to 300 range for an average video, which is pretty good because I think a year and a half ago when I like finally started doing all these videos I wanted to do for such a long time, you know, they started off getting like 80, 90 views per video. So it does seem like there's some growth there, and I really, really appreciate it. And yeah, thank you guys so much for, you know, watching the videos, enjoying the videos. I just wanted to express my thanks to you guys. You know, one of the things that is difficult is, you know, I feel like I need to remember this time and, you know, remember to be grateful for every viewer out there. Because, you know, back when I was a professional StarCraft player, I started off, you know, I was on this small team, and I would try and stream. I would get like 20, 30 viewers, and at that time, that was pretty huge for me. And I would look up to these viewers, these players who had like 200, 300 viewers, and I was like, wow, like these people, they seem so ungrateful for having that many viewers. Like, that's so many people. Like, how could these people not appreciate the viewers that are watching them? And then eventually, you know, I started to get better, and I went on to Evil Geniuses. And I started having streams where I was having like 1,500 people watching me at a time. I think my peak stream, I had like 3,300 people watching me. And, you know, that was really nice. But, you know, you can only have so much growth for so long. And at some point, it is going to go down, especially as I stopped playing as much StarCraft. You know, eventually I started going back down to a few hundreds. And then, you know, after you've been at a point where you've had a lot of viewers, it can feel really discouraging when that view count goes down. And, you know, I would have like 400 or 500 viewers, and I would feel kind of ungrateful at that time. And I really didn't like that because, you know, it's still 400 or 500 people who are taking their time to sit down and watch you and, you know, hang out with you. Like, I remember one particular time I was streaming a non-StarCraft game and Apex Legends, and I only had like 50 people because it wasn't StarCraft, obviously. And I made some comment, oh, I only have 50 people watching right now, and then one of the viewers commented like, what do you mean you only have 50 viewers? And at that time, I really did feel bad about that. And so right now, for those of you who are watching, honestly, thank you guys so much. And I hope that, you know, as this channel continues to grow, which I'm hopeful that it will, you know, even if we have ups and downs and, you know, the viewership goes down or whatever, I still want to remember this moment where I'm feeling very grateful to the 200, 300 views that I'm getting for every video right now, and really thankful for you guys who are watching. The other thing I want to talk about briefly is like, I honestly feel like my mood is just better when I'm making videos. Honestly, when I'm not making videos and not doing something where I'm creating something, I honestly feel kind of depressed or like just like unmotivated. I feel like very disinterested in things. I feel like for me, the things that really drive me are doing something creative or doing something competitive. You know, back in high school and college, my big thing was StarCraft, and I was competing all the time. Like, I love competing. I love competitions. In medical school, I had this really great board game group, and we'd have all these like kind of competitive, but like also just fun social board games that we would do. And then in residency, I kind of lost that group. I didn't have that anymore, especially because of COVID. I wasn't competing anymore because I didn't have StarCraft. And honestly, there was a lot of times that I felt pretty down. But I think this has been kind of like a new outlet for me, you know, making these videos. After I make a video, I feel so good. It's like so fun. I really enjoy the whole process of it. Although it's really hard to get started. Like, it's very easy to procrastinate and not, you know, make the video because you have this picture of what the video looks like in your head, and then it's hard to actually translate that into the actual video. It's like, it takes a lot of work to make videos. It looks like I'm getting another page right now. Let's return this right now and see what it is. Another ICU. Okay, it was the wrong patient. But anyways, where did I leave off? Honestly, this has been such a great creative outlet for me, and I definitely feel good when I'm making videos, and I feel really bad when I'm not making videos. So hopefully I can keep up making videos more consistently And again, I just really wanted to express that I appreciate you guys so much. So thanks again for watching. All right, I gotta kind of find out if I want to eat or not. They got a lot of food in here now for Christmas. I guess they pre-prepared all this food like a couple days in advance. But the food from today didn't look super good. I think this is just generic stuff from the cafeteria. And there's this salad. I had 4 of those like baked barbecue chips. So I don't know, I'm not really feeling it for these. I mean, maybe I could eat one of these. I'm like not that hungry though after eating all those. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of these kind of meals, like ham and stuff. But we'll see. We'll see how the night progresses. I'm still waiting for my 2 floor admissions, so we'll have to see when those come in. But I think now will be a good time to do the Anki cards and check on my emails and stuff, like I was talking about earlier. Maybe do a little bit more DDR, and then I'll go see some of those patients I was talking about, make sure everybody's stable, and then hopefully get 2 admits that aren't too crazy later on today. Unfortunately, the food is not as good today, but it's a salad. I'll eat a salad, so enjoy it while we have it. All right, let's grind through some of these cards. Eye-related complication of congenital CMV. It's not cataracts, it is chorioretinitis. This was a card from yesterday. All right, is it uncommon for first-time gout flares to be polyarticular? Yes. What is the difference in white blood cells between inflammatory and non-inflammatory arthritis? Oh, and by the way, we had 26 cards or something. That would be 200 to 50,000, 200 to 2,000 for non-inflammatory, and then 2,000 to 50,000, or 200 to 50,000 for inflammatory. Can J point elevation be suggestive of acute pericarditis? Yes. TENS is defined by involvement of body surface area greater than 30%. These are all from yesterday. What is the preferred bisphosphonate for hypercalcemia malignancy? Zoledronic acid. Cilastatin increases levels of carbapenems by inhibiting what enzymes? That's dehydropeptidase 1. What testing should a patient undergo after being diagnosed with colon cancer? On screening colonoscopy, this is a CT, like a pan CT, to check for any metastases. So CT, chest, abdomen, pelvis. You need to check for metastases. No real indication for PET CT in most scenarios. Where do enchondromas develop in the bone? I don't know. Distal diaphysis, mid shaft. I don't know. Oh, okay. Medullary cavity. I'm not a orthopedist. What calcium level is an indication for parathyroidectomy for hyperparathyroidism? I believe it's calcium greater than. Oh shoot! It's something above the upper limit of normal. Greater than 25% the upper limit of normal. Greater than 1 milligram the upper limit of normal is an indication for parathyroidectomy. I should have seen the other indications down there too. I'll look at that later. Trial which showed prasugrel improves CV outcomes compared to clopidogrel but increases bleeding. That is the I think the cure is the clopidogrel. I think it's Triton-Timi or Plato? Maybe it's Plato. Triton-Timi. Plato is ticagrelor. Oh, I knew it. I knew it was Triton-Timi. Why should a patient increase their vitamin D when starting carbamazepine? That's because carbamazepine is a CYP 450 inducer. And so it's going to lower your levels of vitamin D for some reason in your kidney. What is the first line treatment for blepharospasm? Steroids? Botox injections. Okay, I got that one wrong. Not an orthodontist, or not an ophthalmologist. Can septic arthritis precipitate urate crystals by itself? Yes. Not necessarily indicative of gout. Does peripheral neuropathy get better after stopping oxaliplatin? Yes. Basically, all patients will get peripheral neuropathy. The question is how severe it will be. It does improve after stopping, but takes a long time. RAS oncogenes code for GTP binding proteins and are associated with carcinomas. I don't know, sarcomas? Melanoma. Findings of the AFFIRM trial, rate equals rhythm control, but rhythm control had a trend towards higher mortality and more side effects. What are the structural support elements that actin binds to? I think it's A. The whatever. I don't even know what A is. Z line. In nephrotic syndrome, what structural changes to the glomerulus allow protein to leak into the urine? What structural change? Podocyte effacement and slit diaphragm disruption. In essential fructosuria, what enzyme can metabolize the buildup of fructose? Aldolase, hexokinase. This is weird biochem stuff. What results in E2F, allowing uncontrolled cellular growth? It's retinoblastoma mutation. What cerebral blood vessel is most likely affected in this patient? It's some deep lenticulostriate arteries. It's the deep arteries. It's a basal ganglia hemorrhage. Symptoms of the patient. This is a UWorld question. 240 over 120, BP, right flaccid hemiplegia, and facial weakness. Okay, hypertensive vasculopathy, Charcot-Bouchard aneurysm rupture of the lenticulostriate arteries. Crypt orchidism can increase the risk for what physical complication? Infertility. Oh, no. Crypt orchidism can increase the risk of testicular torsion. Okay. Patient with really deteriorated eyesight starts seeing visual hallucinations. This is Charles-Bonnet syndrome. Noise-induced hearing loss is damage to the ciliary stereocilia cells. Yeah, let's go. Like, I don't even know what half this means, but I just know the answer half the time. That's the power of Anki. That is the true power of Anki. Contraindication of cardiac origin for digoxin. I don't know. Some kind of arrhythmia. Heart block, maybe? Yeah. Entamoeba histolytica. I don't know why. Why would heart block be I think because digoxin worsens heart block. Don't really know. Entamoeba histolytica causes condition which are ulcerations in the colon and flask-shaped ulcers. I don't remember this one. Causes ulcers. Intestinal amoebiasis. Okay, I don't need to know that specific term. Substrate is transported from the mitochondria to the cytosol and required for fatty acid synthesis. L-carnitine or citrate. Okay, something with C. What drug is an estrogen antagonist in bone but antagonist in breast and uterus? That's raloxifene, because tamoxifen is an agonist in uterus. So raloxifene. What calcium level is an indication for parathyroidectomy? It's greater than 1, upper limit of normal. Other indications would be osteoporosis, previous asymptomatic vertebral fracture, GFR less than 60, 24-hour urine calcium greater than 400, nephrolithiasis, or age less than 50. And that is it. Congratulations, you have finished the deck for now. All right, you guys, it's 2:30 a.m. I've literally just gotten paged a couple times, and I still have yet to have any of my admits come through. I'm kind of wondering if they either know it's Christmas coming up, so they're giving us a Christmas present or something, because the day teams can be happy if we don't get any admits, and it's super chill if I'm not doing anything, or B, they just don't know I'm here today or something. I wanted to look up some DKA stuff, severe DKA, when to use bicarb drips and stuff, because we have a patient who had a pH of 6.8 coming in, and I just wanted to kind of review that a little bit. But I think I'm gonna go try and take a nap and see if I can sleep a little bit, transition back to days a little bit earlier, and maybe I'll do some more studying later. But yeah, it's been very, very, very chill right now. So you guys, very uneventful shift, probably the chillest possible shift, and I didn't get any of the floor admits. Really didn't have to do anything. I just returned a few pages. I really wanted to try and sleep to try and start transitioning back to days, but unfortunately I was just not able to sleep at all because my body just got used to being on nights, so that's a little unfortunate. But I'll probably stay up most of today to just try and transition and get myself pretty sleepy at nighttime. I'm not sure why I didn't get any admits. Maybe it's Christmas Eve, so the patients didn't want to come in. People who have something going on at this time of year or during the holidays may just be trying to hold it off on coming in until after the holiday. So that might have been what happened, but who knows? Anyways, I just got about 20 minutes until sign out happens, so probably just gonna stay awake until then and then head on home. All right, and that is it for night shift. Last night shift of Kaiser ever. It's really foggy outside right now. I'm sorry it wasn't a more eventful night, but I think that's a good thing. I mean, that means all the patients were tucked in, everybody did well, and people were doing good overall. So that's good. Coming up to my trusty Toyota Sienna right here. It's the car that's getting me through residency, and it's a little worse for wear, but very reliable. You got to live like a resident when you're here doing residency. It's the same car that I learned to drive with and got me through high school and everything, and it's getting me through residency too. So definitely trust these good old Toyota Siennas if you ever need one. And I forgot to mention before I end this video, it's probably going to be Christmas by the time I upload this. So to everyone who's watching, hope you have a Merry Christmas and a happy holiday season.